Okay, so in this video, this is the second video for database design. What we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to talk about the relationships a little bit more and then the connectivity and participation. So what is connectivity and participation? So connectivity is the amount of instances a particular table can have with a sales office. So what this means is that this is specified in the business rules. So it says each sales office employs one or more employees. So this is saying that the relationship here from the sales office to the employees is that it is including one or more employees. So it can include multiple instances of the employee. So what does this mean for a particular table? This means that an employee, so say we'll just do some data here. So just say user ID 1, John Doe, and his job description can just be something random. He can be an analyst. He can work in sales office 1 and just say a guy named Jack Jones. He can also work in sales office 1. He can be an analyst too, and he can also work in sales office 1, which means that these sales office can have many employees related to them. So the way that we denote many in a crow's foot diagram, which is something that we will discover a bit later on, is by using this particular symbol. That means many. So just remember that this means many, okay? And that's what we're looking for. And we're getting this from the information that we're receiving over here where it says can employ one or more. So there's a many connection there between the sales office and the employees, okay? Because of this in the table. The one sales office can belong to multiple employees, okay? Now, if it said here that the sales office employs one and only one employee, then the way that would look would just be a line. So it'd just be a single line. That means one, okay? Those are the main sort of things that we're gonna work with. Really, is just these two for now. Nothing too complex for the connectivity. We're just saying here that if it says one, it says that they're only employing one, then that means that it's a line. If it says that they can employ more than one, then we're just doing this. And the way I remember this is for these type of entity relationship diagrams is that sort of looks like an M. It's got 3 lines in it, like a crow's foot as well. That's how I remember the crow's foot diagram. So that means many. As you'll notice here too, it says one or many. So this is where the participation comes in. So normally in a sentence, the participation will be described before the maximum amount. So participation is just the minimum amount that could be included. So for example, if there's only one entry here, including John, then that means that that's the minimum. So a sales office can't exist without at least one employee. That's what it's saying here. So the way that we denote one is just by adding a line there, like that. Saying that a sales office has to have one or more employees. Okay, so we're saying that the participation is mandatory. A sales office has to have an employee. If it says a sales office can have 0 or more employees, then what we would do is we'd literally just add a 0 like that, where this would take place. So that would mean that an employee doesn't actually have to be existing with the sales office for a sales office to exist. But in this business diagram over here, it's saying that the employee does. Okay, now let's look at the relationship from the employee's end to the sales office. So it says an employee must be employed in one and only one sales office. So like I said, first participation is mentioned first. So 1, that equals 1, and only one sales office. So we add the 2 lines there. And then we've just created this relationship here with the correct connectivity and the correct participation. So now what I'll do is I'll get you to have a go at the sales office and property, try and link them together, pause the video, and then if you can't, just restart the video and then I'll explain the answer. Okay, so for the sales office, what we can see is the sales office lists property for sale, and each unit of property must be listed with one and only one of the sales office. So we know that this is one and only one. So property can be listed with one and only one sales office. A sales office may have any number of properties listed or may have no properties listed. So this is one of those tricky questions or tricky sort of explanations. So what it's saying here is a sales office may have any number of properties listed, meaning that it could have 0 to 1,000, or may have no properties listed, which means it's 0 to many. Okay, and I know this might seem confusing at first, but it will make sense as we go along. Okay, so that's the connectivity and the participation that takes place there. So I hope I haven't confused you there. It's a bit confusing at first, and I'm actually going to leave that there for now, get rid of this, and then we'll go through foreign keys in the next video. So foreign keys are how we now link these tables together with the attributes. So thank you for watching.